Hey you guys, this is Bert and you're watching Boxcraft. Firstly, I want to talk about this weekend's heavyweight fights. The heavyweights were quite busy this weekend and there were a couple of significant fights that was very entertaining. I'm going to talk about the top three quickly in a nutshell. First off, the most significant fight were between Dillian Whyte and Joseph Parker. As most of you would know, both of these guys were undefeated, top prospects with good records, good knockout records and everything. And Joseph Parker was even a champion. He's from New Zealand. And both of them only have one loss on their records, and that's against Anthony Joshua, the reigning heavyweight champion with 3 of the belts. The only undefeated guy like Anthony Joshua is Deontay Wilder, who's from America, the Bronze Bomber, and he has the WBC belt, the green and gold strap that everybody wants. But anyway, Whyte and Parker, I take my hat off to them because they took a very dangerous fight that they didn't need to take because it wasn't for a belt or anything. They took that fight purely for the love of fighting and being matched up with the best available opponent, and it was a very good fight. Whyte dropped Parker in the second round. It was a bit of a messy knockdown, so some people will probably say it wasn't like a true knockdown, but nonetheless he got the knockdown in the second round. And in the 9th round, he got a big knockdown again on Parker. And I mean, this is the first time Parker has ever been down in his professional career because he has a very good chin. AJ couldn't even put him down, and AJ had like a 100% knockout ratio until he fought Parker. So that's a good thing. But anyway, Dillian was able to put Joseph down twice in the fight. And Parker even hurt Dillian a couple of times with his straight right hands, and sometimes they boxed and sometimes they scrapped a bit, so that was really cool. And in the 12th round, Parker got Dillian in a lot of trouble. He put pressure on him, and Dillian was looking like he was drowning. He was in a lot of trouble and he was hurt. And in the end, he put him down. He put him on the floor for a knockdown of his own. And to Dillian's credit, he got up and he survived. But there was like 20 seconds left, I think, in the fight. And Dillian fought with everything that he had just to stay in the fight. In the end of the fight, he even like pinned Joshua against the ropes and hung his gloves over the ropes and just held on to him until the final bell rang. And then obviously Dillian Whyte won a unanimous decision against Parker. But that was a very significant fight. It was a very good fight. And Dillian Whyte's promoter, Eddie Hearn from Matchroom Boxing, he wants to put Whyte against Deontay Wilder in a fight before the big fight between AJ and Wilder. So if that can happen, I'll be very happy about it. Next up, another fun scrap. I'm not going to go into it for too long, but it was between Derek Chisora and Carlos Takam. Both high-level good fighters. Takam went 10 or 11 rounds with AJ, and he got the stoppage, AJ, but I think he could have gone on a bit longer. And Derek Chisora, he's fought against Whyte and he's fought against a lot of guys. He was a top heavyweight prospect, but nonetheless, it was a nice, interesting scrap. Both of to and fro, they hurt each other a little bit every now and again, so it was a good fight. And in the 8th round, Chisora, he got an overhand right on the chin of Takam, and he put him down. And when he got up, he made the count. He used Takam, and when they came together again after the knockdown, like literally the first punch that fell, again Chisora went with an overhand right, boom, on the button. Takam was down and out, and the fight was finished. So Chisora is up with the elites again. I won't say he is an elite, but I think he can get any fight he wants to now, and it will be an entertaining fight. Okay, and the third and last fight I want to talk about is between Luis King Kong Ortiz and what's the guy's name? Razvan Cojanu. I call him the Jolly Green Giant because he's massively big. He's like almost 2 meters tall and 120 plus kilograms, so it's a big guy. And I don't really like him very much. I know it's probably unprofessional to say that, but he's a freaking clown, man. He came in there, he was more interested in clowning and laughing and teasing Ortiz for trying to fight than actually building an offense of his own. And much to my delight, King Kong Ortiz, who is a very dangerous Cuban southpaw heavyweight fighter, one of the most avoided heavyweights in boxing in this day and age, except for Wilder, who fought him a couple of months ago. Ortiz went in and he finished him in the second round. And it's very impressive because this Cojanu went 12 rounds with Joseph Parker. So that says he can take a punch. And Ortiz went with one of his favorite moves that I've seen him done a lot of times. He like jumps in with his left leg in front, like with his left leg and the leading left right hook. And when he touched him, he went through with a straight left, like baba, with all his power, all his momentum, his whole full weight. And Cojanu just crumbled to his knees, and he tried to get up, but he was falling through the ropes, and he tried to get up again and he fell over, and the ref just waved off the fight. So much to my delight, King Kong is back, and he was on the ropes beating his chest like the real King Kong in the movies. So that was awesome. And to finish off my video about the heavyweights, something that's interesting is yesterday or the day before, Tyson Fury, who used to be the lineal world champion when he dethroned Vladimir Klitschko in one of the biggest upsets in heavyweight boxing, he posted a video on Twitter and he said he's in deep negotiations with Deontay Wilder's team, and they are working on a fight, I think, for December, a showdown between, again, two undefeated heavyweight guys. Fury is not a champ anymore, but Wilder is. So I'll make a very good long video about that as soon as the fight is actually finalized. I don't want to be premature and get excited about it, but it is something that you can get a little bit excited about if it does happen. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope some of you watched a couple of fights this weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace out.